Hello, this is Shar from the Real Kitchen for Real People. We're coming to you again today featuring a delicious recipe, and it's the buffalo chicken strips or patties, however you want to make it. But I'm going to get started here. First of all, you want to take 3 chicken breasts and split them in half, long ways. Just split them in half. This is how I do it. Now, because I don't like my chicken breast thick, so I'll cut them in half, and then I'll let them soak for 30 minutes in cold water with about a teaspoon of salt. Okay? Then I go back and I'll pour the water off, and then kind of rinse that off, and rinse any excess fat and cut it off. Okay? Just make sure your meat is clean. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is take my chicken breast over to the board. I already have one here, and I'm going to tenderize it just a little bit because I want to make sure it's not thick. So I take my tenderizer and just kind of beat it, and you'll do each one like that. Okay, and then I'm going to sit them on my tray after I beat them, each one. You don't have to beat them to death, but just kind of so they won't be so thick. Okay, just beat them a little bit. Okay, put that in there. So 3 of your whole chicken breasts will make 6 chicken breast patties. But you cut them in half and you stretch that a little. Okay. I'm going to set them there. And I'm going to wash this, because you want to make sure you wash anything that you're dealing with chicken, because it has a bacteria if you're not careful. Anything on your counters, when you have raw chicken, raw meat period, just make sure you clean the surface. Okay, now I'm going to add my seasoning to these, and it'll be my black pepper. This is just the regular ground black pepper. Okay, and then I'm going to add my garlic powder. And these are really good. We're going to serve these today with our as our Super Bowl Sunday meal. And I'll have several other sides that you'll be able to link to at the bottom to get the whole full Super Bowl meal that we're having today. Okay, and then I want to take a little of the garlic salt. Just a little bit, because you don't want it to be too salty. Because we got other things we got to put on here. Okay. And then I want to put the ground cayenne pepper. That's going to give it the kick that y'all all like. You got to have hot stuff on Super Bowl Sunday for some reason. Hot wings or... We're going to have hot chicken strips. And then you want to put your paprika, a little of that on there, and a little onion powder. Okay. And then you're going to turn over and do the same. Don't matter which one you put first, just put all those ingredients, those seasonings. And then once we put this seasoning on here, I want to put them in the, push them over to the side, put them in the refrigerator, and let them marinate a little bit before I cook them. But that's how they're gonna look. This is going in the refrigerator for about 45 minutes. And in the meantime, I'll be preparing my sides. So stay tuned for that. And those will be linked, as I say, at the bottom of this video. And while you're at it, be sure to comment. Let me know how your Super Bowl meal came out and what you had. And feel free to email me if you have any questions or requests. So I'll get back with you in a minute. Okay, while the meat is marinating, I want to make my sauce. And this is what I use. I use Tabasco pepper sauce. I use Louisiana hot sauce. And I use the Cholula hot sauce, original. So I'll just take a microwave bowl and just sprinkle it in there to good. I usually try to do like a half a jar. Say about halfway in each one. Probably looks like maybe 3 tablespoons. And this will give it, this will be real hot for you hot lovers. I don't like hot stuff that hot, but I have a group of people that loves it. They like to challenge the hot. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, I'll use that as well. And you can make it to whatever, put whatever hot stuff you want in it. Some of them have that habanero, but that's just too much hot. So, because it's kind of tough on you when you get a little older, this hot stuff. Okay, see, I used about that much. Because, mind you, I have 6 patties of chicken and I'm on stripping. So, see how much that gives you. Stir that up. Then I'm going to use a stick of butter. Yeah, let's not do a stick. Let's do half. Do a half. Half. Save that. And then I'm going to have some red peppers. I'm going to sprinkle them in there. And then what I'll do next is put it in the microwave and let it heat for about 30 seconds. After I've heated it 30 seconds, then this is what it looks like. So I'll just stir that butter up in there. And I can smell the hot. It's like going up my nose. I might have to heat it another 30 seconds. Look like to get my butter really melted good. Yeah. Okay, let me try one more. We have 30 more seconds, so that's gonna make it a minute. Now this is the way it'll look. So we want to do a total of 1 minute when you're heating this up in the microwave. And just stir that butter up in there real good. And you can even try it if you want at this point to see if it's hot enough for you. And if it's not, just add extra. But I'm just getting this all ready, so that when I get through with my chicken, I'm going to marinate the chicken. I got a few more minutes on it. And then I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do with the chicken. Okay, now I'm getting ready to prepare for my buffalo chicken strips. And so I'm going to fry them. And in the pan, I've put Crisco oil, and I've used about, I would say, probably a half of the pot full of oil. If you can look in there and see how it is. It's about half of the pot. Not quite, but right there. And then I'm going to turn my heat on medium high until it starts smoking. And the secret to good fried chicken is to make sure your grease and oil is hot enough. So when you start seeing it kind of smoking it up here, and you can test it by thumping a little flour in there, and if it fizzes, that means your oil is ready to fry. So we're going to let that heat up, and then I'm going to show you my coating for my chicken. Okay, now we're going to get ready to prepare the coating for your buffalo chicken. I'll use 3 cups, like these little cups here. Probably equals a cup and a half of flour in a Ziploc bag. So I don't like flour being everywhere, so I'll just use my Ziploc bag. And in this Ziploc bag, I'm going to put a little black pepper. As you can see, probably a tablespoon. You just have to wing these seasonings because it's hard to measure seasonings to me. I just, wing it. That's probably about a teaspoon of the paprika. And then I'm also going to use this Tony seasoning, Creole seasoning, and it's good, but you can't use a lot, so I put a little of that in there. Got a teaspoon of that in there. This is what you have. So I'm going to close that up and shake it up. Creole seasoning makes you sneeze, so get ready. And so I shake that up in my flour real good, and then it'll be ready for the chicken. Okay, since we're gonna do strips instead of a cutlet by request, all I'm gonna do that's different is just cut these in strips. See, just cut them down the middle like that. See, it gives you more, and it's easy, little easy finger foods. Okay. And if you want them thinner, you can cut them thinner. If you got a pretty good crowd you want to feed. But just remember, this is 3 chicken breasts. 3 whole chicken breasts, and it's making all of this. Now this one right here Mike can do 3. So you just have to decide how wide you want your chicken strips. That's what you're making. Now sometimes I just leave them whole and just use them whole. But since somebody requested chicken strips, I'll do the chicken strips for Super Bowl. Okay. So you can see all of those. That's a lot in it. Okay. Now, what I do is take about 4 or 5 chicken strips and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, let's do 6. Zip it up, turn it over, zip it up, turn it over. Then just toss these in your bag so they can be well coated. Okay. Look like I can put a few more in there, so I'm going to grab a few more and stick them in there. The more the merrier. More the merrier. Just shake them up in there so they can be coated real good. And if you can see where you can add more, then you can add more. Kind of look at your flour. So I'm going to add the rest of these. And that's good. Use them all, put them all at once. Okay, see how that looks? They're all coated, okay? So now what I do is remember the sauce that we made? Okay, it's ready. And what I'm gonna do is take these chicken breasts off of here, put them on here, shake it off, drop them on there. Make sure they're coated when they come out. Now I'm going to do some of them with the sauce, some of them not, because I can't handle the hot stuff, so I'll keep mine out. Okay, so you got your flour in there. So what I'm going to do is drop these in this hot sauce and drench them in there. Probably about 3 at a time. See how that looks? And then you're going to put them back in here. It's a messy job. Put them back in there. Now you won't put as many, all of them back in there at once like you did at first. So let me wash my hands off. Can't handle it. And then we're going to toss those into the flour. So once you toss, you want to make sure that they're covered real good. And then I'm going to just set them aside in a container. Find one. Until my grease is hot. I'll sit them over there. You might have to add more flour sometime to do, because when that second coating comes, it takes a lot of your flour. In the background is my automatic blower coming on. Okay, so they'll come out and they'll look like this. So I'm going to just set them over here to the side as I toss them and get them, and they be ready when my oil is good and warm. Okay, and I'll drench some more in here, probably like 3 at a time in your sauce bowl. Drench, drop them in your bag, and then shake them up some more. Coat them real good, okay? I have to stick your hand in here and do it. going to add a little more flour because I need some. Like about a cup more. And then I'll continue to drench, and I'll be back when I'm through with this part. Okay, now that I finished coating my chicken strips, I'm going to test and see if my oil, I have a little flour on my fingers, so I'm going to test and see if it's ready. So it starts fizzing, it's ready. See that? That means it's ready to drop. So I'm going to drop my chicken strips in there. And be careful when you drop them, so you don't want to splatter them in. I put 4 at a time, because I don't want to, maybe 5. Let's do 5. And we'll let those brown, and I'll show you, come back. I'll show you these when it's cooking. Now, you turn your fire down to medium now. Kind of not quite high, because you don't want it to cook too fast. So, about a medium high. And leave the top off. Just let it stay open. Frying. And then I'll come back when they're done. I'll show you how they look. Okay, now that my chicken strips are done, I let them drain on the paper towel. And now I'm going to combine my dipping sauce. And the dipping sauce is a half a stick of butter in your saucepan. And pretty much the same ingredients as your seasoning was, your liquid seasoning. So I got Tabasco sauce I put in here. I tasted it, and it is kind of a little spicy already. But this is for those who want to go beyond that level. Okay, just put a little bit in there. And Cholula. A little Cholula in there. Okay, and then what I do with this is I'm going to heat it on top of the stove. It's going to heat it on top of the stove until my butter melts. Okay? Okay, now that we've melted the sauce, I just dropped my chicken strips in the sauce and putting it on the plate with my potatoes and green beans that we're going to have. Now I'll put another one in here. And the reason why I do it like this, because I like it to be crispy, not, you know, soft when you bite into it. So that's, and you can put the little sauce drizzle a little on the top. Now this is what we'll have for dinner this evening. And I hope you enjoy it. And this is our Super Bowl feast for today. We're having green beans, mashed potatoes, and buffalo chicken strips. And I hope you enjoy it. Comment below. Let me know how you like it. Subscribe and hit that notification button. Can't say that enough, but that'll help me out a whole lot if you do that. And I appreciate you viewing my videos, and I hope to bring you more. Love, love.